Hey there, Cerise here. So here I am outside of Rumba, and it is open, as you can see. Across the street, El Flow is still closed. And Classico, I heard, will be opening in the next few days. Gregory sent me a message and he said that, Gregory from Flip Flop, and he said that Classico's put their opening day. They bumped it to next few days because they're still doing renovations and all that stuff. Hola, mi amor. ¿Cómo estás? So the whole streets are happy here. Everyone is so happy, even though everything has not opened. A couple of you guys might have heard that they tried to close down Rumba last night, but it was only a mistake. The police came, they tried to close it down, but someone else came and said, no, they can stay open until 9 o'clock. And he just needs to go get his rest of his certificates or whatever, licenses or whatever today, and everything will be cool. So it looks like things will be up and running for Super Bowl weekend. Guys, February 2nd is going to be hot. So, speaking of everything opening, I have had a lot of you guys contact me and say to me, Cerise, what's going on? You know, and some of you guys are thinking about canceling your plans on coming down here. You're like, I didn't know Sosua was racist. Sosua is not racist. I don't know one brother here that has that complaint. Only with the inside politics, there's always going to be something happening around the world that none of us, everywhere around the world, that none of us are really going to have the inside information for. We could always speculate. It could be something underground, whatever. But you know what? These stores and these restaurants, they rely on any color, any race to come down here and spend their money. This is a tourist town, and they are not trying to kick out any black brothers or any white brothers out of these restaurants or anything of that nature. They serve everyone. So a lot of people are having that misconception because they're watching videos, hearing news that Sosua is racist. And you know what? The people who are talking about that are talking about the politics. Please don't cancel your plans to come here. Sosua relies on you guys. They look forward to you guys coming, especially for Super Bowl weekend and Christmas and everything. This is a town that celebrates Americans, Germans, Canadians. You know, it is not a town that is based upon one color. Most of it's speculation when it comes to whether it's black or whether it's white. I don't even want to make that the topic of this video. I just want to say, no matter if you're black or white, you will be happy here. I see a lot of black brothers come here and they are radiant. They walk down these streets and they are smiling from ear to ear, walking with their gin and their juice or their beer, and they're happy. They're happy here. They are not complaining. Not one brother has ever complained to me about prejudice here or racism here in regards to the ladies, in regards to the other people who come here, the other tourists, the expats. Not once have I ever heard somebody be taken out of a bar and not be served or anything of that nature. So please understand that that's an undercover operation going on, and we don't know what it has to do with. I will say this personally. When I first came here a year and a half ago, those streets right there were crowded with ladies. Beautiful ladies, beautiful ladies. However, this is the main street. This is the main corner of El Bate Sosua. As soon as you come down here, okay, you get off the bus, and this is where El Bate starts, right up in that corner over there, and it comes down this street right here, and bam, the first thing you would see are ladies. And I didn't feel that there was anything wrong with it necessarily, but I have heard from a few men that if you were aggressive, I've heard from families that it's maybe a little bit much when they're trying to get down to the beach, because in a car, they have to go all the way past there and around, okay? So I have heard some stories. I'll just keep it real. When I first got here, I didn't even know they were prostitutes. They just like they looked like girls that were going to the beach. Short skirts and sarongs and nothing different than Toronto when it gets real hot. So, you know, I thought, you know, none of them were really wearing high heels. None of them were really kind of looking prostitute-ish, to me anyway, until I figured it out, 2 and 2, and I was like, oh, these are not just sisters hanging on the corner, sucking on a lollipop by the bus stop. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, when I put 2 and 2 together, I was like, well, for me, it wasn't so bad. But then I started to realize for some families that are coming down here, for some men, it did get highly aggressive. So brings me to my next point. The Marriott. That's when everything started to get chaotic. The Marriott is being built here. Okay. $350 million they are putting into El Bate. Hola. Now, that $350 million, you know, they did their research. The Marriott, you know, they're putting a hotel here because they know that the brothers from America are going to come here and spend. I know a lot of black men that love top-notch, high class. They want, and a lot of people contact me for apartments, and most of the brothers, they want something very nice. They're coming down here. If they're coming down here to live forever, like as an expat, they're willing to spend their money with their pension. A lot of them are veterans from the military. Some of them are from IT. Some of them are business owners and still working online, and they don't mind spending the money. Actually, they want to get something nice here because in America, for something is equally nice, they would be spending at least $3,000-$4,000 a month on rent. But here they spend $1,500, and that's expensive here. $1,500 is expensive here, in my opinion. But you got to see what they're getting for $1,500 a month. Some of them just want to buy land. So this is a perfect opportunity for Black Americans to come down here, whether you're a woman or you're a man, to come down here and enjoy the town, enjoy the city. You're not going to come down here and encounter racism and people in the streets, you know, making you feel like you are ostracized or an outcast. That's not going to happen. I don't even know why those conversations are going on. We're all speculating about what's happening. At the end of the day, they were cleaning up a corner. Why they chose to close some bars and open others, I don't know. I do know that Flow is closed, but whenever I went to Flow, it was more of a Dominican patrons during karaoke and stuff like that. Whenever I went to Flow, some brothers would be outside and stuff like that, but right inside, it was mainly Dominican patrons. And Bourbon Street, I've never been to. That's Bourbon Street right there. I've never been to Bourbon, but I used to see a lot of people out there too. But I'm not saying anything about race. I'm just saying this town caters to a lot of the brothers, black or white. This town caters, and the Marriott is opening, and the Marriott would not be opening here if this town was racist. They do their algorithms. They know who comes here the most. They know who's spending most of the money, and they know what's going on in these streets. Okay, so don't think that you're going to come down here. Mainly, the people who are contacting me are mainly the people who come for a week. You know, you guys are like, Cerise, usually I come for a week and I'm in a hotel. But now I decided to come for an entire month and, you know, get an apartment from me, or you guys find your apartment from someone else or online. And you guys are contacting me saying comments like, you're nervous, you're scared. You didn't realize that this town was like that. And that's not true. Don't be scared off at all. Come on down, stay somewhere for a month. You know, I consider myself a fair-skinned black woman. I'm of mixed race, but I identify with my black race more. And I'm down here and I get mistaken for Dominican, Santo Domingo Dominican. And a lot of people, even the ladies, one time a woman asked me if I was a prostitute here. I took that as a compliment. I still take it as a compliment right now, because I'm 48 years old. I'm a grandmother. I have 2 grown children, and I'm just, you know, enjoying my days here, tropical living. And when she said that to me, I said, well, that does it. And that was the biggest compliment, because to be mistaken as a woman that takes care of herself, these ladies take care of themselves down here. They always have their hair did, their nails done, and their clothing looks good, and they're always taking care of themselves. So to be mistaken as a Santo Domingo prostitute is not so bad. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it is, for me, being down here, I don't see anybody running these streets. I don't see black people running the streets. I don't see white people running the streets. I see everybody just having a good time and enjoying the tropical lifestyle. People are just walking and enjoying it. Some people are here for a month. Some people are here for a couple of days. You know, like I was saying, some of the brothers that are coming down for a month now and have not been coming for a month. Like one guy messaged me today and he said, Cerise, I'm coming down by myself this trip. Usually I come down with about 5 or 10 men deep. But I decided to myself, because he works online, and he said, I work online and I can afford to go down there. And I thought, why not? My other friends can't do it. They can't make the trip. So I love your videos and I've been watching, and I thought, if you can do it, I can do it. He said, but now I'm watching all these videos by some of my favorite vloggers, and there's this thing going on saying that Sosua is racist. I only come for a week at a time. Maybe I'm missing that racism. He goes, and then he said, if I come for a month, you think something will happen? No, brother. I had to say to him, please, don't believe the hype. Whatever people are talking about, it's politics. All that stuff is underground, and we don't even know if it's true. Come on now. That corner over there, it was being cleaned, in my opinion, from the fact that there's $350 million being invested in there. And here, right there is the main street where a lot of people come in. There's Texaco gas station. I already did a video a couple of days ago. If you check out my channel, please subscribe. I want the one. De nada. So, and that's another thing I forgot to say. Just now, a couple of ladies were walking by, and they're working ladies, and as soon as they saw the camera, they backed up. Sorry about that. I moved back now. And here, let me come over here. And so they just kind of backed off from the camera, and I said, don't worry, I won't film you. I won't. And I shook my head, and they smiled, and then they came. That's why I left the camera up. But that's another thing. We are down in these streets. We are filming, us vloggers, because we enjoy sharing the moment with you guys and showing where you're going to be coming, showing you the streets where you're going to be staying, and the type of people that's walking through them and everything like that. But we also have to be thoughtful, mindfulness of not filming the ladies constantly just because they are in the streets. They're making their money. They are independent businesswomen. Some of them, they come from Santo Domingo, they come from Santiago, and they're coming only for the weekend to make a few dollars. Some of them are putting themselves through school. Some of them already have children. And, you know, maybe their children are watching YouTube. Some of them are single moms, and they had children when they were very young. Now they're like 25, and maybe they had their kid when they were 15, and now their kid's 10. Well, their kid is going to look up something on the internet. Imagine your child sees you in jeans and pants all the time, and then all of a sudden, you know, they see you in a short skirt or in some, you know, latex clothing on the street. No. So that's why I like to be mindful, and I like to be courteous. Hola! You know, and I have the camera like this. And people know. Hide your head. I'm not filming you purposely. I just have it on the streets, and I'm very mindful of that. I truly am. But I gotta also tell you that some of the ladies need privacy, and anyone coming in on these streets who's on vacation, not even interested in the chicas, would be able to film anyone at any time. Now the chicas are not over there. It's just an empty corner, and I heard that they're around the bend over there. I heard that they're all the way up the street, and you know, they're still around, but it's not in a concentrated area. Now I heard Oh, there's the mayor right there on that truck, on that van. I heard that a few places were targeted because they were... Somebody just backed up. Don't worry, I'll put it up. See you later, sweetie. Yeah, some places were targeted, and I read in the newspaper and I read online that those were the places that had a high concentration of ladies. Now, were those places also a high concentration of black men? Yeah, they were. But there are some places here that had a high concentration of black men that were not closed down at all. So some of them were picked and chosen, most of them on the main corner here. Right there, Rumba, Bourbon Street, Sosua, City Lights, you can see it up there, and then the other corner, and then Classico. Right? Yes. A lot of these were closed. Were some of the other bars closed? No. Some of them are considered restaurants and stuff of that nature. But please, go online and read. Talk to a few other people here. You will see that people have differing opinions. Okay? I'm not a dude. I'm not a chico, so I really don't know those dynamics of the chica and the chicos and everything that was going on. But I can tell you that when it comes to business, I'm quite interested in business, and I can tell you that Marriott information, as soon as the Marriott said that they were coming, I was like, of course, they're coming because the brothers love class. They love beautiful things, and they are willing to spend their money. They're coming down here from the military, they're veterans, they're on good pensions, and you know, the Marriott's not foolish. And if anything, there's some chicas right there in the car. On Friday, they know that the place is opening up. And so, you know, the Marriott knows the algorithms here, what goes on, and the statistics of who's here. And if there was any type of racism, serious racism going on in the political arena, and closing down the streets and all that like that, Marriott would not be investing $350 million just so they could soak it into an empty city. They know what they're doing. They're trying to make the face of the main street clean. Same way they did downtown Toronto many years ago. Yonge Street, downtown Toronto, is one of the main streets in Toronto. Pretty sure it's the longest street in the world, or it was many years ago. And there was a large portion, like a large quantity of prostitutes back in the day. What did they do? They closed those streets down. They Hola. This is Angelina's son, everyone.
Yes, I am.
Yep. See you later, honey.
Okay.
Alrighty. So they made all those streets downtown Toronto one-way streets. That had nothing to do with color. It had to do with politics. It was the main street of Toronto, and they closed down some of those places. Again, some of the places where they had a large portion of women going, prostitution, and they made all the streets one way. And they are still one way till this day. There's some prostitutes downtown Toronto all over at midnight, all over Church Street and Carlton and by Yonge Street. Yes, but they keep it classy. They keep it calm. Back in the day, oh my gosh, prostitutes were fighting each other in the street in Toronto, claiming corners and everything. Like, it just got too much. And when Toronto started to get built up and a lot of people started to invest, like big hotels, the Renaissance and the Marriott and, you know, all those places, what happened was that's what happened. They closed it down and they made one-way streets. Here, this is a one-way street. This street is not. That's a two-way street. But Pedro Clisante is a one-way street right here. Until you get up top a little bit more. But in my opinion, this is where white people come to tan and get color. And this is where black people come to feel at home. And white people come here to feel at home as well. And not every white person tans. But I'm just giving you a little example here. I don't know anybody here that is openly racist or prejudiced in the streets, so please don't even bat an eyelash. You come on down here, you keep your plans, rent your place, whether you're coming down here for a month or 6 months. It is a good time for you to come back and for you to celebrate. Get off that bandwagon of talking all the time about color and race and what's going on, because the city fixed things and everything is good and everything is getting better. Classico still has the chain on, but like I said, Gregory told me that they are changing things up, and any day now they should be open. They're renovating. Hola. They're renovating. So there we go. I know a few bars didn't close down, like Cubana didn't close down. They're more of a breakfast joint right here. And Cafe Cubana, they also have lunch. They're really, really good here, actually. If you can make it here, they're really good. Mama Juana's didn't get closed down, I don't think so. No, because I heard someone went there the other day for karaoke. So there are a lot of places that the brothers do hang out that didn't get closed down. So I don't know. I've never witnessed any prejudice here. I've never witnessed any racism here on these streets. And I always see brothers down here looking radiant and happy and feeling good. And, you know, laughing and, you know, just enjoying their vacation. A lot of you guys are buying property down here. One of the things I keep hearing is like places like here were not closed down. But even if you look, there's not one chica in here. It's not a high prostitution bar, you know. And they do a lot with the city. They're always doing things with the city and stuff like that. Sinatra's wasn't closed down, but Sinatra's doesn't really have he actually doesn't really enjoy the prostitutes going in there at all. So, you know, Flip Flop wasn't closed down, and there's a very high traffic of Black Americans going in there, and Canadians. I just keep saying Black American because a lot of Americans are worried right now. But don't fear, have faith. Come on down here, enjoy yourself. Check out a few videos online, see what people are saying, and then draw your own conclusion after you're here and you visit. Please don't come down with the negative mindset of the Matrix. Please don't. It's not even worth it. You're coming down for a positive vacation. Don't come down here with half your mind in the gutter or in fear. Come down here. Canada in Lycée.
Águila.
This one is Lycée.
Lycée.
Sí. Dominicana, sí.
Santo Domingo.
Oh, you're Amarillo.
Águila.
To Águila?
Águila.
Oh, Joe. No, Joe no gusta hat, but I like this team. So, yeah, guys, I would just say, don't come down here with that mindset. If you want to get into conversations like that and talk about that type of stuff when you're down here, then do it when you're down here. Because then you'll be able to see for yourself how this town welcomes any type of brother. Black, white, Chinese, doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. European, doesn't matter. I'm supposed to meet someone at Flip Flop. But in any case, that's my view. Leave the politics to the politics. You're not here for politics. You're not a politician. It's not going to affect you. And you don't even know if it's true. It's really, at the end of the day, only assumptions. The people who are talking about all of it aren't even politicians. And even if they were politicians, I'm sure it would be a different situation. You know what I'm saying? Please don't bring the Matrix mentality down here. You don't need to. That's what you're running from. So I'm just here to say to you that, you know, cool yourself down. You'll be okay. So here we are.
Everybody eating the fruit too. I'm sitting down, yes, and I'm eating the fruit. Got it.